I don't pull off yet.
Yeah, 1 second.
Hey, so that's what I'm saying. Are you gonna leave?
Oh, not right now, y'all. Not right now. Excuse me.
Joe, come on this side.
Excuse me, gang. There you go. My bad.
Talk my shit.
Yeah. Over here. If you're going up, over here. Over here?
And what did the nigga say?
What you say about validation? Yeah. Over here. If you're going up, over here. Over here?
And what did the nigga say?
Yes.
Damn,
Sabrina?
call that nigga, bro. He just
You mean Sabrina? Yeah, I'm sending you Sabrina's number right now.
So I would love to, stay at 135 and fight the biggest names. Well, it all starts with May 20th. I got to be victorious in my next fight, and then those fights will line up.
Devin, would you take the rehydration clause to get that tank fight?
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I wouldn't, and I couldn't, do the rehydration clause. At the end of the day, I'm the man with the belts, I'm the man with the hardware. And if it was a rehydration clause, it would be something that I wouldn't do.
Hey, when Canelo lost to Mayweather, a lot of fans said that Canelo only lost to him because he was inexperienced. You're the same age as Canelo Alvarez was. Lomachenko is even younger than Floyd Mayweather was. But now all of a sudden they're saying Lomachenko is old.
Older than and older than Loma. Is he old? No, they're not saying that he's old. So don't say Loma's old. Now all of a sudden he's old now that he's fighting me. But just a year ago he wasn't old. Now all of a sudden he got old overnight. No, I don't work like that. They know that when I win, I want the world to give me my just due. Put him number one on your pound for pound list. Put him above me on your pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? Talk about how great he is and what he is close to Muhammad Ali, this and that. Remember all that stuff that the media said and all that. Remember that, because on May 20th, I want the world to give me my just due. I want the world to acknowledge how great of a fighter I am.
you have a message for the people that they don't believe in you, because there are people that they don't understand boxing.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna turn all the non-believers into believers on May 20th. But remember what y'all said. Y'all said this was the guy. This was the guy that y'all chose. You know what I'm saying? I didn't choose him. You know what I'm saying? This was the guy that y'all chose. So they choosing him on May 20th. Choose me when I'm victorious.
So when you hear people like when you hear people like Max Kellerman say, "Sorry, Devin, but you're not going to get the credit if you beat Lomachenko because he's old."
He's not old. He's 35 years old. Bud is 35 years. Or how old is Bud? Yeah, Bud is 35. Whatever. Yeah, he's not old. How is he old? When Floyd beat, how old was Floyd when he beat Canelo?
36.
36. Was he old? No.
Not at all. Devin, what do you tell those Mexican
I'm
fight
young.
fans?
Why don't y'all say, oh, this guy is young?
Devin, what do you tell those Mexican fight fans who, saw you in Tijuana, obviously that's where you started your career, man. You have a lot of support from the Mexican fan base.
Yeah, definitely. I love the Mexican fan base. The Hispanic fan base at that. They've been supporting me since forever. I started my career in Tijuana. And a lot of people that I met in Tijuana and the fans that I get, they still support me to this day. So,
Devin, you're a top.
Beat Lomachenko. Canelo is picking you to beat Lomachenko. Do you want to see Canelo maybe face Benavidez? Who do you like Canelo to take on
Canelo
next?
picked me to beat Loma?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's fire. I didn't know that.
Hey, you're a top pound for pound fighter. Devin, you're a top. You're a top.
Beat Lomachenko. Canelo is picking you to beat Lomachenko. Do you want to see Canelo maybe face Benavidez? Who do you like Canelo to take on
Canelo
next?
picked me to beat Loma?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's fire. I didn't know that.
Hey, you're a top pound for pound fighter.
I say I like Benavidez. I like Canelo. I think it's a good fight for boxing. I would love to see it.
Hey, you're a
What is the
top. You're
sensation to be one of the youngest human beings to conquer this level? I mean,
Man, I'm
it's-
blessed. I'm blessed to be here. This is a dream come true. I knew that I would be here one day, and the time has finally come. And now it's time for me to continue, beating these top guys one by one, line them up.
Hey, Devin, you're a top pound for pound fighter, but a win over Lomachenko on May 20th. Where does this place you on the pound for pound list?
Put me number one, man. This was the guy y'all chose. This was number one pound for pound. He was this. He was the Matrix. He was this. He was untouchable. Everything, all that. Remember? Do y'all remember that or what? Okay, so stay right there because after that, I just want y'all to give me my credit as a young guy, 24 years old. Didn't have to fight Loma. I didn't have to take the fight. But guess what? It's my legacy. I wanted to prove myself.
Hey,
Everybody that I've called out and they actually wanted to fight me, I fought them. I don't have to fight Lomachenko, but guess what? I do because this is something for me. This is something internally. This is something that I really, truly wanted, and now is the time.
Devin,
And you
at some
fought
point,
Ryan
Vasyl
6
was
times.
mandatory.
You fought Ryan 6 times in the amateurs. You sparred Tank twice. What did you see that makes you believe Tank beats Ryan?
Both good fighters. I don't know. We got to see. They both have that neutralized. They both can hurt each other. Tank has more experience. Tank is more proven than Ryan. We got to see.
Hey, everybody, raise your hand when you have questions. So you're not yelling over each other. So anybody wants to.
Devin, obviously in the past, Ryan Garcia was your mandatory. If he's able to beat Gervonta Tank Davis, do you give him that matchup? To fight for the undisputed belts, or?
Of course. If Ryan was to win, we could even possibly get it on at 140. I know he has trouble making 135. Obviously, the world knows I have trouble making 135. So maybe we can do it at 140. But even at 135, if you want to do it, we can do it at 135.
Obviously not looking-
No rehydration. No, I never do rehydration.
Devin, do you think your fight is a bigger event than Tank Ryan's fight?
It's obviously they got the the influencer thing going on. Ryan got the big following, Tank has a big following, so it's a big fight. But true boxing followers, boxing writers, they know that this is the real fight. This is the one and the two fighting each other for the king of the division.
Because of your story in
the guy
Tijuana.
that sort of changed the narrative of all these boxers that have been slow to take big fights. You're the guy that's going to be taking on every big fight.
But even at 135, if you want to do it, we can do it at 135.
Obviously not looking-
No rehydration. No, I never do rehydration.
Devin, do you think your fight is a bigger event than Tank Ryan's fight?
It's obviously they got the the influencer thing going on. Ryan got the big following, Tank has a big following, so it's a big fight. But true boxing followers, boxing writers, they know that this is the real fight. This is the one and the two fighting each other for the king of the division.
Because of your story in
the guy
Tijuana.
that sort of changed the narrative of all these boxers that have been slow to take big fights. You're the guy that's going to be taking on every big fight.
Yeah, I mean, I've shown that. I was willing to go to Australia. I was willing to fight Loma. Man, I never ducked or dodged nobody. I've been calling these top guys out since I was 18 years old when I was calling out Robert Easter. So, you know what I'm saying? I am that guy that's not ducking or dodging nobody.
Is it possible that you would fight the winner of Tank and Ryan next?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I want to make the biggest fights happen. The biggest fights is in the 135-pound division. So we got to see. I would never do rehydration clause.
How's it feeling to have Tijuana with you in some part of Mexico? I don't know if you have if you know that you have so many followers in Mexico. How's it feeling?
It's a blessing. Viva Mexico.
Define the Mexican boxing, please. Define Mexican
I
boxing.
mean, man, so many great fighters from Mexico. Like Chavez, who is all-time great. Even Canelo, he is one of the greatest Mexican champions. So many champions from Mexico.
Isaac
Marquez.
Cruz in your future? Pitbull Cruz?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I want to make the biggest fights happen, but we can't talk about the future.
Oh, yeah.
We got May 20th on right here in front of us. Lomachenko is the two in the division. I'm the one and two fighting each other. Huge fight, a legacy fight. I'm excited for it. Let's see how it goes.
Did you learn some Spanish in Tijuana? Some words in Spanish? For the Tijuana people?
I know a little bit, Paquito, but not too much.
Devin, what's your favorite taco spot in Tijuana? Obviously, you fought so many times.
Truthfully, I never ate in Tijuana. I would have my chef cook me food and everything. So
No Canelo beef.
yeah.
What do you make of Canelo obviously going back to Mexico, fighting in Guadalajara, his hometown, on his prime? What are your thoughts on
What a
that?
blessing. Just to go back home and fight in front of his people, his true day one fans. I would love to go back and fight in Oakland after this, in front of my fans, and a lot of my family get to come and do that. But it all starts with May 20th, MGM Grand, Las Vegas. Thank you guys, all the media that came out today, and I'll see you on May 20th.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Devin. Thanks for the time.
Thank you guys.
So, now that those details are out there, we appreciate you joining us. To my left, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT, Bob Arum. Bob, we've done this time and time again, but when it comes to two fighters like Vasyl Lomachenko and Devin Haney, you've promoted some of the best lightweights of all time. Continuing to still do it to this day with two fighters of this caliber has to be exciting for you, has to get you excited, because this could go down as one of the best lightweight matchups of all time. Your thoughts on this event as a whole?
Well, I've seen so many matches, hundreds of matches, great matches over the years. God has given me the ability to continue, but when I see a match like this, it stirs my blood because it is such an interesting fight to watch. I mean, anybody who considers himself even remotely a boxing fan has to be attracted to watch this fight. It has all the elements of great fights, like the fights in the past, with two top fighters in the division match each other and have all the skills and the determination to make it a great battle. So Saturday night, May 20 at the MGM Grand, I'm looking forward to one of the historic fights in the sport of boxing.
There is another lightweight fight that's been getting a lot of attention because of the star quality, but when it comes down at the end of the day, it's the belts that matter. It's the fights where these two guys are fighting for their legacy. Vasyl Lomachenko and Devin Haney. Where do you see the winner of this fight going and what this fight does for these fighters' legacy, putting all the belts on line? It doesn't get much bigger than undisputed.
The winner of this fight will go to a party to celebrate his victory. That's all.
That's literally where they will go. Brought to you by. I'll get over to you next. We talked about undisputed. This is something that has been a goal of Vasyl Lomachenko since he turned pro. When this opportunity came first around and it was going to be against Kambosos, Lomachenko decided to stay in Ukraine and to defend and not fight for that title. How confident were you, or were you at all, that this opportunity would come around again?
Unfortunately, the things at that time, first of all, thank you very much for having us here and for you guys recording and then getting the whole world to know what's going on. It was the situation in Ukraine, as we all know, it was very uncomfortable. And then we got that fight with bosses already agreed in May. I was so excited that I called Vasyl and I said, we're going to Australia, we're going to be fighting, for all those 3 titles. Your dream is coming back again, which you dreaming all the time. And after a little pause, I got the answer, no, we're not going. I'm staying here. This is my home. This is my church. This is my family. This is my land. I can't leave and go somewhere else. I got to be here with everybody. So at one point, I kind of was thinking, wow, this is a little bit bad situation. Everybody was working so hard to do this, but in the very end, he proved again how strong and how man he is, what a human being. I told him, I said, there is most likely you're not going to have another possibility like this into your career, into your life, because the career is very short. And he said, it's not the boxing into my head right now, because we have a different issues. And if he's willing to do what it's supposed to be, I'm going to have another opportunity. Where we're at, we're right here, having another opportunity. We're very excited. And another thing, what I wanted to say about undisputed, I think I can't give the whole credits, of course, to Loma, but I think he's the very first one that we started working 10 years ago in 2013. He, from the first day he came in, he turned the rope, from the first day he was saying, I don't like having 4 champions in the same weight class. It has to be 1 champion and the best champion. That was his idea, what he was talking every time about to become undisputed.
And now he's getting that
Now
opportunity.
he's getting, we have 1 undisputed on the other side, and he has an opportunity.
Lomachenko decided to stay in Ukraine and to defend and not fight for that title. How confident were you, or were you at all, that this opportunity would come around again?
Unfortunately, the things at that time, first of all, thank you very much for having us here and for you guys recording and then getting the whole world to know what's going on. It was the situation in Ukraine, as we all know, it was very uncomfortable. And then we got that fight with bosses already agreed in May. I was so excited that I called Vasyl and I said, we're going to Australia, we're going to be fighting, for all those 3 titles. Your dream is coming back again, which you dreaming all the time. And after a little pause, I got the answer, no, we're not going. I'm staying here. This is my home. This is my church. This is my family. This is my land. I can't leave and go somewhere else. I got to be here with everybody. So at one point, I kind of was thinking, wow, this is a little bit bad situation. Everybody was working so hard to do this, but in the very end, he proved again how strong and how man he is, what a human being. I told him, I said, there is most likely you're not going to have another possibility like this into your career, into your life, because the career is very short. And he said, it's not the boxing into my head right now, because we have a different issues. And if he's willing to do what it's supposed to be, I'm going to have another opportunity. Where we're at, we're right here, having another opportunity. We're very excited. And another thing, what I wanted to say about undisputed, I think I can't give the whole credit, of course, to Loma, but I think he's the very first one that we started working 10 years ago in 2013. He, from the first day he came in, he turned pro, from the first day, he was saying, I don't like having 4 champions in the same weight class. It has to be 1 champion and the best champion. That was his idea, what he was talking every time about to become undisputed.
And now he's getting that
Now
opportunity.
he's getting, we have 1 undisputed on the other side, and he has an opportunity.
You know, for your son, let me just take it from a father-son perspective. I'm sure you couldn't be prouder of him and what he's accomplished this time, but this had to have been the goal, the dream, if you will, is to fight in big caliber fights like this, fight for undisputed, and now you're having the opportunity to defend it for the second time in Las Vegas, headlining his first pay-per-view. I mean, your smile's big and bright. Just if you could put it to words, just the feeling of being on this stage and on this platform right now with your son to your left.
Absolutely. Salam alaikum, rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Thank you to everyone here. Thank you to the team, Lomachenko. The warrant has been served. They've been doing a lot of running, a lot of avoiding this thing. We have a lot of respect for him. We know that he's a Hall of Fame fighter. He's a fighter that gives Devin the credit and the validation of being a pound-for-pound fighter. I disagree with him not being on the pound-for-pound list. I think that he's everything that he's been and more. He's more mature now. He has something to fight for. And, you know, a man that's willing to sacrifice his career to go and to defend his country and to be with his family, that says a lot. And for us to give him the opportunity at the belts, a dream that he's had, it means the world. For Devin to be 24 and to own a company, it's Devin Haney Promotions, to then go down under to Australia, not once but twice, to take a deal that Lomachenko had openly said that he was going to take. You know, it says a lot about Devin. This is not just a fight. It's a fight for independence. I'm sure that Loma and his team and family look for freedom as well as we do. The Haney family, Devin Haney himself. We intend on doing everything to make him uncomfortable on that night. Everything that he does, everything that he's comfortable doing, he won't do on May 20th. But thank you guys for coming and finally taking the fight, and we look forward to it.
And Bill, since you're also a trainer, I don't have the luxury of talking to Anatoly today, but how do you go about preparing your charge to take on an opponent like Lomachenko? I remember when I was Herbie Manny Pacquiao, some opposing trainers would say, you know, we get a few guys to emulate a few different things because it's hard to find one guy that does everything that he does. So how do you best prepare without giving away any secrets, of course, your fighter to take, like you said, a top 10 pound-for-pound Hall of Fame talent in Vasyl Lomachenko?
Vasyly's dad is an amazing trainer and hell of a father. We've been watching him and that team for quite some time. I was looking forward to actually seeing him and talking to him because he's done a wonderful job with his son. And I'll let you know that we are prepared for him. We've been prepared for him for 4 years.
He's been on your radar.
Well, yeah, we've been looking to make this fight for 4 years. And, you know, I think Devin had reiterated to him that 4 years ago is when the fight should have happened. That now that things it's going to be worse for him. And, you know, so we're ready. We're ready to go. We were ready to go 4 years ago. And like I said, I can't reiterate it enough. For Devin to be a 24-year-old, to fight for independence, to fight to not only be a top lightweight in the division, but also to be a businessman, a millennial. This is a fight for independence. This is well known. This is our last fight with Bob Arum. Hopefully we can do business after. But we took on a deal. We went down under, did 2 fights, and also came back and went to New York. I mean, the plane still had turbulence, and Devin was saying we have to go to New York to give Lomachenko an opportunity because we know that this is his dream. But make no mistake about it, we had to come across And a Hall of Fame promoter like Bob Arum gave us an opportunity to come. But now we're fighting for independence. We're fighting to get our name back, to be in control of our destiny. And come May 20th, we're going to see blood, sweat, and tears. And Lomachenko is going to see something that he's never seen in the ring before. But once again, I say respect to them and thank you guys. And you know, I called you so many times. How many times did I call you? I finally got you. Yeah. So Igas came when we fought Zara Abdullah. And I told Igas that I said, I admire what he's done in boxing and I wanted to give my son an opportunity. Igas told me it'll never happen. I believe in Allah. Allah knows best. And here we are on stage.
Well, Bob also knows best. And Bob, how confident were you that you were going to be able to make this fight happen even after he went over there and fought Cambosis twice?
Let me tell you the truth. I watch the news. I'm really obsessed with the news, and I've been following this horrible war that the Russians have caused by invading Ukraine and how the Ukrainians have fought for their country. So I wasn't thinking about a future fight for Vasyl Lomachenko. I was just hoping that he and his family would be safe from all the missiles and the firepower that the Russians were indiscriminately firing at Ukrainian civilians. So I am just grateful that Vasyl is here now, that his family is with him in California, that they are safe and sound. I know that he will give a great account of himself on May the 20th, as will Devin. So I'm just grateful and thankful to God that this fight is happening, but more importantly, that Vasyl is here with us, safe and sound.
You and I have talked about this since you turned pro. Dream of yours. So now that the opportunity is here, how do you feel about that?
First of all, I want to say big thank you for our God. Second one, I want to say big thank you for support for Aaron and my team, my family. And of course, I'm excited on May 20, and I will try a second one, second chance. I will try to do this. And of course, thank you, Team Haney for giving me this chance. And we'll see. We're all prepared for this.
Like Igas said, when he made that phone call to you and you decided to decline that opportunity to stay in Ukraine, were you confident, or did you feel like, that you would ever get the opportunity to fight for undisputed again? Or at that point, I'm sure boxing wasn't on your mind, but did you hope that this opportunity would come back around?
You can thinking about the future, then war come to your house, and you just thinking about life and about your family and about your people who around you, and you just thinking about how you can live next day, and you can thinking about your job, about your sport or professional sport or something else. You just thinking about your defense. That's it.
Right, boxing is just a game. You win, you lose. It's sport. But what Vasyl did, putting a uniform on, getting a gun, ready to defend his countrymen, that is a whole different level, because it's not a game and it's not a sport. It's life and death. And he came through that, and thank God he's with us here today.
And you've also been able to get another fight under your belt since having the 10-month layoff to come back. You beat Jermaine Ortiz, a tough opponent, a bigger opponent coming off that layoff. And now coming into this fight with Devin, you've said that you respect his boxing IQ. A lot of people are dubbing this fight like a chess match. As you can see by the art that's been presented, the poster, fantastic job to the team on that, and the whole promo for this what many consider to be a chess match. So, how do you view this matchup, being that he does have such a good boxing IQ?
We all never know what happened. We can prepare for one strategy, but in the ring it will all change. Can be all change. And right now, I don't know. I just train hard, I prepare, and I believe in God and I believe my team.
And your team and your father, we talked a little bit about this before the press conference got started. He's trained by his father. They're going to take it to another level because they know what's at stake. I would have to imagine that you and your father are going to take things to another level in preparation for what could be, an extremely tough match against Devin Haney.
Main question.
The changes that you're going to make in this training camp based on the opposition.
Look, for me, it looks like I prepare for first Olympic Games. I go to bed with this dream. I wake up with this dream. I live with this dream. And of course, we train hard. We prepare this, and it's a big motivation.
So you're preparing like you did for a gold medal. Lastly, before I get to Devin, if I can just ask you what a win in this fight would mean to your legacy. You've had an extremely successful amateur career. You've won belts in 3 different weight classes. You've won multiple gold medals. What would undisputed champion mean to Vasyl Lomachenko and your family?
It looks like then you put a goal and take a goal. After then you take a goal, of course you're very happy, and you know you do what you want. That's my mind.
But this is kind of the last thing that you feel like you haven't accomplished that you want to accomplish. So it has to mean a little bit more to you than just another fight.
Look, it's a dream from the beginning. Then I came in the professional sports. I can explain about my emotion right now because I'm not undisputed world champion. That's why.
I got you. So we'll talk about it
after the fight.
If that happens.
We're talking about after the fight.
But he has other plans. This gentleman right here to my right, in Devin Haney. And for you, Devin, like your dad said, better late than never, right? I mean, you wanted this opportunity since 2019, I believe, and now we are here. Why was it important for you to stay at 135 and defend your titles for the second time against this Mantorla?
First off, I want to thank God Allah, for everything, opportunity. I'm blessed to be here. Something I've always dreamed of. Like you said, I've been wanting this fight since 2019. I've been begging for it, calling for it, and the time has finally came. The tables have turned this time around. When he had the belts, he didn't want to fight me. He wouldn't fight me. But it's a fight that I truly believe. I truly believe that I'm a better fighter, I'm a better competitor, and rather than 4 years ago or now, I will be victorious. So I'm happy that the time has finally came.
Taking this fight against Vasyl Lomachenko, what do you feel like having a name like him on your resume? Obviously, you guys are students of the game. You know everybody that he's fought. Your dad said he's been watching his tape for a long time. Why him? Why was he an important opponent for you?
Yeah, this is a legacy fight. Loma at one time was #1 pound for pound. A few months ago, he was higher than me in the pound for pound list. Now that the fight is getting made, or has been made, he has dropped down. He's dropped down off the pound for pound list. But it is what it is. We know what type of fighter he is. We know that he deserves to be on the pound for pound list. Not above me, but definitely on the pound for pound list. So this is just a legacy fight. This is a fight. This is a real fight. This is not It's not like an influencer or this is really for the belts. This is really for the goal, the everything, the pound for pound, the best in the division, possibly the best in the world.
But haven't you been clamoring for a fight like this? Aren't you tired of hearing people, questioning things? You know what you're capable of. You're just waiting for the opportunity for somebody to be able to bring all that out. Because I have a feeling we have not yet seen everything that you have in your arsenal. And maybe it takes a fighter like this, an opponent like this, to bring some of those things out. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I mean, the better the opposition, the better I am as a fighter. The more I rise. Loma is a good fighter, but I'm just on a totally different level. And on a fight night, the world will see that. The world will see how good Devin Haney really is.
Do you see it as a chess match? I mean, obviously this fight has boxing fans purists, drooling at the opportunity to see you guys in there. Do you see it like a tactical chess match, or if you I'm sure you envision how the fight's going to go in your head. How do you kind of see it playing out?
We got to see. I don't know. I never shared the ring with Loma yet. So I don't know what type of fighter he is, how good he really is. Is he what they say he is? On paper, yes, definitely. He's definitely shown against different opponents. He rose to the occasion on every night that he stepped in there. He showed a high IQ, but I'm just a totally different fighter. I'm on a totally different level. So it may be a chess match, may not. It may not be. I may just walk through it. We got to see.
For those people wondering kind of your training techniques, I know you're observing Ramadan right now, and how does that kind of change your training or your preparation for this fight?
So yeah, Ramadan is now, so we've been training at nighttime, when the sun down, and my team, most of my team is Muslim as well, so everyone is fasting. I was fasting, I'm not fasting anymore, because it's just too hard to cram 2 to 3 sessions in. Fueled for those sessions, but the rest of my team is, so we train, our boxing training at nighttime, and we fight at nighttime anyway, so it's okay. But yeah, I mean, it's we receive so many blessings, during Ramadan, we're doing Ramadan, so I'm happy that this fight is coming after Ramadan, even though I wanted it before, so I can get it fast, and I'm happy that it has came after Ramadan.
And that one of those blessings is the fact that this fight is happening in Las Vegas. You're headlining your first pay-per-view. I remember you fighting on, it was Pacquiao undercard against Bradley 3, and you were on an undercard. And now in the same building, you're coming back, and you're headlining a pay-per-view. I mean, it's crazy how things kind of come full circle, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot for that. I'm so blessed to be fighting in the MGM brand, for all the belts, for undisputed. For everything, it's such a blessing. It's something that I've worked so hard for. I knew that I would be in this position. It came fast. I'm just 24 years old, but I was ready for it. And May 20th, I will be ready for whatever Loma brings.
All right, before we let these guys do their official first face-off, the pay-per-view undercard, $59.99, priced excellent compared to some of the other pay-per-views out there. Some good talent on our undercard as well, co-main event. Oscar Valdez, you want to talk a little bit about what else we have to present on the pay-per-view?
No, pay-per-view card will be sensational. There is a debate of what is the appropriate price. Now, it seems that the pay-per-view universe, the number of people willing to buy the pay-per-view hasn't expanded. And so the tendency for promoters and network are to raise the prices, and it really puts an event outside of the ability of fans to pay. So we decided that a good solution was to go for a price of approximately $60. Now, you can't really criticize people that are charging $85 or $90. That's their choice. They're looking at a shrinking fan base who buy pay-per-view, and so by raising the prices, they don't get hit with the money loss. But I think we studied this with ESPN, and we determined that this fight had enough interest that if we went with a ticket price that was less than what everybody else was charging, that we would make up for it by increased number of buys. Now, whether that happens or it doesn't happen remains to be seen. But all I know is that if anybody calls themselves a boxing fan, they have to watch this fight. And that's the determination we made in setting the price for the pay-per-view.
Once again, to watch this fight, May 20th from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Tickets go on sale tomorrow via AXS.com. I believe 10 a.m. Pacific time tickets will go on sale. It'll be available exclusively in the U.S. on ESPN Plus digitally, and also available on your local cable and satellite providers. Aegis, Loma, thank you so much for being here with us today. Bob, I appreciate you. Bill and Devin, thank you so much.
That's part of the question. But is Lomachenko one of the best fighters that you've seen since Muhammad Ali and Checkmate? Still, Mr. Haney?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I knew that when he came with us out of the amateurs. Nobody that I know of had the amateur credentials that Vasyl Lomachenko.
And that's and that's why we want to fight.
And he was able to take those skills and go into the professional ranks with great success.
When you made that comment, that's when we decided that Lomachenko was the fighter that we really wanted. You've done a wonderful job with promoting Vasyl, and when you made that statement as a Hall of Fame promoter, there was no other fight that we wanted as a team. So thank you for making that happen.
Well, thank you. I know we looked around, you and I, for the best possible place to do the fight, and it ended up, for various reasons, that it was Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, the home of so many great fights over the years. And as Christina said, tickets go on sale tomorrow. We expect a sellout, and we expect it to happen very quickly. So everybody should tell all your followers to get their tickets because there'll be a tremendous demand for seats to this fight.
I can add one more thing, if I could. If I could, I can add one more thing. I know for a fact, Loma is only one boxer in nowadays who sold, Bob can tell me to tell if I'm wrong, Loma is only one who sold arenas in the different countries and in different cities. We start with a crawler, right now is the crypto arena was sold out. We went to New York to fight Linares, Madison Square was sold out. We went to London, O2 Arena, it was officially sold out.
Biggest, we ran you all around the world. You were running from us. You ran you knock it off.
Everyone's trying to make money, and so that's how. That's what.
No doubt, MGM Arena is going to be sold out.
It's not about money for me or nothing like that. This is about money. So it's not about selling tickets. It's not about none of that.
It is about selling tickets. Don't
just buy the tickets.
For the rest of us.
Buy the tickets.
Yeah, no, that's
me personally, this is a legacy fight for me. And I'm happy that it's finally here. Face him right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pretty good. Thanks, I'm at Hurry Jim Fighters. Everybody. Is this good? Pretty good. Face off. Yeah, that's face forward first. Right here. Hey. Face on, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
One of the most anticipated dog breedings has finally been confirmed. The pups from this pairing of Zeta and DMX will be born very soon. We are now accepting deposits. Our pups will come with ears cropped and a 2-year health guarantee. Get ahead of the pack on purchasing a puppy by contacting NWA Cane Corsos on Instagram at NWA Cane Corsos. Call or text 479-326-1603 with any questions. A guard dog is your first line of defense. These will be the right pups for the job.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.